to drive him away from me. I don't want to start with my horse this close. 2 feet is probably more comfortable, but if the horse gets too close to you, you know, what a lot of people do is they grab the horse's halter and like, oh, you're too close to me. So we are learning how not to put our hands on the halter. We already know how to do that. We're learning how to communicate with the horse by not putting our hands on the halter. So I'd rather have someone take a half a step back and be in a better position than to grab the halter, because we're trying to learn new habits. And grabbing the halter is a habitual thing that we need to change. All right, so I'm going to stand directly in front of my horse's chest. If his head comes over here, but his chest is there, that's what I have to match, because I'm driving the chest is in front of the rest of the body. A horse can actually move with their head turned from one direction or the other, but this is the part that's connected to the legs. It's going to drive that horse where you want that horse to go. So ideally, you want the horse's head in front of their chest, but if your head isn't, stay in front of their chest. So I'm going to start out by actually looking at my horse. I'm not going to bend all the way down. And I can either go in this direction like this, or I could start out, it is hard for me. You know, I can start out with just a wrist action. So wrist action is your first line of move, wrist. Now the other thing too is you have to actually pull up some energy in you, like you're actually physically pushing something away from you. You can't just move your wrist and have zero energy in your body and expect your horse to move. It's your whole body saying move away from me, not just your hand. So I'm going to move my wrist. I'm going to kind of get in my horse's face and say, hey buddy, I need you to move backwards, and he's asleep. Okay? So now I never stopped moving. If you go like move, 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 my horse didn't move, I don't know what's going on, and you stop. What you just did is you taught the horse, I just taught my horse, all that meant absolutely nothing. Okay? So then I have to retrain my horse that if I do those things, it actually means something. Well, the way that we teach a horse that our beginning meant something, so I want my horse just to do this, and I don't want to have to hold that. Okay, I don't want to hold ropes for the rest of my life, and you shouldn't want to have to hold it either. I want, if I look at my horse like this, he moves back. Okay, that's a safety feature. So the fact that he doesn't do that, you know, I have to back this up. So this is my beginning. Now I have to back it up, say, you know, I kind of need you out of my space. So then I'm going to put on more pressure. I never stop putting pressure on my horse until my horse moves away. So pressure, pressure. I'm increasing my pressure, increasing my pressure, increasing my pressure, increasing my, staying the same. And now my horse is where I want them to be. So now the horse gets no pressure. Okay? So now I can walk away, hopefully, if I train my horse, and say, okay, you know, just kind of stay there until I ask you to come near me. Because horses, that's how horses communicate with each other. I can tell you, if you want to learn a lot about a horse, go feed horses for me. Watch how they treat each other when they're eating, and you can see everything that we do here mimics how horses treat each other, and that's why it's natural for the horse, because I'm talking to the horse the way other horses talk to him. All right, so now I'm going to say, okay, you know what? It's okay now. You can come near me, because that's what the leader always does. The leader says, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, and then it'll say, okay, you can come near me now. But as soon as I say leave, you need to leave again. That is really how horses treat each other. So I'm going to lean, I'm going to, you know, like you cut yourself in half, so to speak. You bend down kind of like your horse, like you have 4 feet. You look at the horse in the face again, only this time my expression isn't saying move away from me, my expression is inviting. Lots of times you can actually just smile at the horse so that you make sure that your expression is inviting. Now I go from, you know, putting pressure on, I start off soft again, because again, I don't want to have to, you know, like, come on horse, and use all my strength to make my horse come near me. That's forcing my horse to come near me. So I'm gonna act super soft. And you can tell, or hopefully you can tell, kind of zoom in on his bottom lip, my horse is asleep again. He's like, fine, I'll go over here and take a nap. His bottom lip is waving back and forth, a little bit or up and down. All right, he's sleeping. So I'm gonna be super soft though, because horses are designed to go from a comatose state of a deep sleep to jumping out of their skin. So he doesn't need me being really super loud. So there's my pressure, and I'm gonna wait. Because the more I wait, the more he has time to wake up, because my horse is sleeping, okay? So he's pretty comfortable doing nothing. So now after I gave him like 15 seconds, I'm gonna pull just a little bit more. Notice my body position has not changed. So now I put a little bit more pressure on him. And again, he's sleeping and he's pretty comfortable, but he's kind of like, wait, what? He's kind of halfway trying to wake up, but then going back to sleep. So this is just a sleepy horse. So then I put a little bit more pressure on him. My body position did not change at all. And now, as soon as he starts to walk, I release the pressure, and he stopped again, and he's contemplating falling back. Look at his bottom lip. He's not fully awake. He's like, but I'm sleeping. And so, but he's awake enough to come near me, and then I go, okay, that's enough. And he goes, great, because I want to go back to sleep. Okay? Now, here's the other thing that I really want to emphasize. Once I allow my horse back into my space, I didn't do this for no reason. I didn't say, get away, come here, because I'm a control freak. Once my horse comes near me, this is my opportunity to convince my horse that when they come near me, their life is bliss. So I'm not gonna like be in a hurry and say, okay, I'm gonna pet you. All right, I did my part. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, yeah, no. So I'm gonna take my hand and I'm going to touch, and you can tell he's still asleep. I'm gonna touch his horse as soft as I possibly can so that I do not put too much pressure on my horse to make him want to leave me. Because touching a horse's face isn't necessarily anything that a horse would naturally like, okay? They only let you touch their face if they feel comfortable with you. So if a horse moves their head away, it's because they don't feel comfortable. And so even when they do, I bring their head back because I'm trying to convince them, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. When I allow you in here, you will be treated like gold. This is the time, this is the most sacred moment of the yo-yo game. It's not pushing the horse away that's sacred. It's once this is in your space, your bubble better be super ultra friendly and connected. I can't be like, hey, what's up? You know, or looking at my phone or checking my watch. And, you know, a little bit of thing about, you know, checking phones and watches, you know, we really kind of, I have to have my phone, otherwise I'd give 5-hour lessons, everybody. But other than that, take your phone and silence it. My phone's always silenced. And, you know, have it close to you in case of emergency. But other than that, you know, like, you shouldn't have a phone if you're next to a horse. You should, you know, because you can't engage the horse and a phone at the same time. All right, and that is really the dynamics of the yo-yo game.